Alright, Shalom, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the mighty YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakaw coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, I really want to... I'm going to do it. This is just a super quick lesson, super short lesson on this Ringo TV guy, because once again he's decided that he wants to talk about filibuster and draw attention to the Israelites once again, basically making a video saying the same shit over and over and over again. And again, all of his points are so stupid. This is just a rant video, by the way. I'm gonna try to. Well, no, I will get a precept when I stop, but because this is what the Lord said. This is what the Lord said to do. This is how you. This is the reasons why I'm making the lesson to begin with. Okay, because when I made. I only made one video on him, and that was it. But this being the second one, because again, it's so like amazing, because very clearly he has an agenda. All right, you would think that someone that genuinely does not like the Israelites, that genuinely like had a bad experience, would just say, okay, you know what, they did this, that, and the third, they did X, Y, and Z. But he doesn't have anything. All he does is just appeal to people's emotion by saying, oh, they're so racist, they did this, they're so hateful, like they are the most racist, they are the most hateful people ever, when he still hasn't said any examples or called out any names for any of the stuff that he claims to have gone over. On top of that, he himself has literally said that he kept to himself and nobody wanted to interact with him. So how are you going to claim that you had all these terrible experiences, all these bad experiences, when you yourself have said in the very first video that you made on the Israelites that they did not try to reach out to you, to talk to you, and all that stuff? So you're basically just fabricating all these lies, all these things, saying all this crap about the Hebrew Israelites treated you badly, when you never talked to them. You literally never talked to them, but yet you want to say and lie. You're basically saying all this crap. And I genuinely believe that he's lying, because if he actually experienced that, he would have easily and quickly said that this person at this camp over here, I tried talking to them and they said F you, this, that, and the third, and all that stuff. But all he's doing is literally just saying, I don't recommend watching his video, but for the sake of honesty and getting his perspective, because you're supposed to listen to both sides, as is what the scriptures say, because we actually listen to the scriptures, unlike him. All right, you listen to his side, and you will hear again. I think he did 3 or 4 videos on the Israelites. He said, number one, the first thing he said, he never interacted with them. He never talked to them. But then at the same time, he also said, in the same breath, they are the most hateful, they are the most racist, they are the most this, that, and the third. Okay, so he has that contradicting statement. It's like he has that contradicting statement. Oh my God. It's like he has that contradicting statement of claiming that he interacted with the Israelites and them being the worst people he's ever met before. And then on top of that, just completely disqualifying Esau, Edom, in how Esau acts, when Esau is literally the worst person ever. He is, as saith the scriptures. All right, so he's going to claim that he follows the Bible, he believes in the Bible, but yet he doesn't even believe in the Bible when it says that Esau is the most profane. Okay, Esau's the worst person. Okay, he's the wicked. But no, it's the Israelites are the wicked, and that, again, that goes to show that you have this agenda agenda that's being pushed by these coons, these devils out, these devil coons that are always trying to push out some bullshit agenda just to save their white masters. All right, and I'm gonna get, and before I forget, I want to get Acts. Acts. I'm trying to remember the thing. I think it's Acts 5:38. I want to say. I'm gonna try to get it because there are multiple verses. All right. If someone is, that's the thing. If he actually encountered, and he actually had a bad experience, he should have called them out in front of everyone. But he didn't do it because he has never had an experience with the Israelites. He kept to himself, as he said. He is a liar. He doesn't know jack shit about Israelite community or any of that stuff. All right, all he's doing is just trying to push that bullshit agenda. All right, please his white masters. All right, that's how you know fucking devil. Not devil. Well, yes, a devil at the same time, but that's how you know Jake is insincere. Let me get these precepts. Okay. Let me get this. I believe it's Acts chapter 5. Where's it? Bear with me one moment. Wait. Okay, yeah. So before I forget this, Acts chapter 5, verse 30. No, let me first start off with this. Do it in order. It was Proverbs chapter 27, verse 5. Open rebuke is better than secret love. All right. So when someone is going off, when someone's doing something wrong, what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to tell them. All right. And ironically, even though there I guess the what's it called? The procedure wasn't exactly proper, right? Or completed. I'll say completed. Even though the procedure wasn't exactly full or complete and whatnot, I think Ariala, who basically exposed Guerrilla Hebrew, he basically did an example of that where he brought out Guerrilla Hebrew's thing out in the open like that because he was going off. All right, so that is an example of, rather than just pushing an agenda. Well, I still think he's pushing an agenda though, but the main thing was that he put it out there for say, this is what is going on, this is what's happening. But instead, you have this Ringo dude, Ringo TV, whatever his name is. I forgot his tag. But you have this dude Ringo, who is who's just demonizing the entirety of the movement. All right. Why is he demonizing the entirety of the movement? Again, because he doesn't actually believe in that. In the Hebrew Israelite stuff. His main goal, his main allegiance is to Esau Edom, the white man, Christianity. All right. All those fucking those crusading ass devils. All right, that's his true allegiance. He was never in this truth. He was never an Israelite. Okay, very clearly he was never an Israelite. Because Israelites, we know what we're supposed to do. We know how the procedures and how to handle stuff. Okay, so we have that. Open rebuke is better than secret love. So basically, as a matter of fact, let me get that as well. Offense, I think. Bear with me. Matthew chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. Next, verse 16. But if he will not hear thee, then take thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican. All right. So that is the procedure. Okay. If you have a problem with a brother, all right, you tell them, hey, you're going off. You're doing something wrong. You need to stop this. Okay. Then if they don't listen to you on a one-on-one, you say, okay, let me get 2 more. Okay. It shouldn't be a problem if you claim you had all these things, you had all these bad experiences with all these Israelites, and that's why now you want to demonize the entirety of the Israelite movement. You should have all the freaking connection stuff for a whole bunch of Israelites for you to be able to say that the entirety of the Israelites are wrong. The entirety of the Israelites are wicked. After not correcting anyone, after not pointing out any of the bad stuff that you claim that they were doing. All right. When in actuality, he never communed with anyone. And then I wholeheartedly believe that, because until he proves otherwise, all right, until he proves otherwise, I genuinely do not believe that he's ever fellowshipped with any Israelites ever. All right. And then on top of that, again, as it said, when someone is going off and they're showing all that hatred and whatnot, and that's when you are supposed to just say, okay, you know what, this person is just being a straight up devil. Okay, they're heathen. They're abominable to us. All right, next, Acts chapter 5, verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. Okay, this is what the scriptures say, that in the event of someone, going off, being wicked, being a demon and whatnot, and ultimately just going against scriptures. All right, then that's when it's just like, okay, well, you just leave it alone. If in all sincerity, if you were truly sincere about the stuff that you were saying, if you truly meant all those stuff, if the stuff that you said actually had any semblance of truth to them, then you would have called everyone, the specific people that were wrong, the specific people that did something bad or whatever. Okay, you would have called them out specifically. You wouldn't have said that bullshit ass generalization of, oh, people were being mean to me, oh, people were being racist, this didn't, blah blah blah. Like that, that's absolutely retarded. If you actually believe that people were doing something wrong, you would have called them out. But you ain't had no experience, no communion with everyone. You are a straight. I wholeheartedly believe. I wholeheartedly believe that you are a liar, and I'm willing to be proven wrong. I want to hear who are the specific people that you what the fuck? Who are the people specifically that you had issue with? All right, but of course, I'm not holding my breath on that. And then in general. After you had done the first video, okay, maybe a second video, and that's a hard maybe if you had proper some things to respond to, which, you know, even with his second response video, which I didn't see the whole thing, but I did see enough, I guess, or I skimmed through it. But basically, even with the response video, he didn't even say anything. All he did was just repeat what he said in the first video. He literally has, I think, 3 or 4 videos as of now, as of me making this video. Okay, I think either 3 or 4 videos talking bad, or more, or maybe more. At least 3 videos talking bad about the Israelites, where they all are basically just the same. It's just the same thing. Like he sees that, and you know, that's funny. That's the funny thing about it. It's just like he saw that he's not getting any traction. He's not getting any views and stuff like that. So then he works back. He just goes back and then makes another video on the Israelites, because that's when people actually. That's when the Christians actually go in to care about the stuff that he says. Oh, we want to hear you talk about the Israelites, this, that, and the third, blah, blah. All right. Whereas, you know, Israelites, they just see, you know, we are being talked down upon. That's the only time he can get some sort of engagement on his videos. All right. So yeah, obviously, I'm going to see videos like that of people straight up lying. All right. And, you know, we're supposed to be rebuking people, all right? Me also, Slaki, over here, if you had truly believed that we weren't of the Lord, okay, and you would have just left us alone. You would have just stopped at the second video, and then that would have been it. Because you would have said, okay, you know what? Now I gave my side, I gave my perspective, this, that, and third, you know, that's it. You know, the Lord's gonna hand it. But that's because you don't have faith, because you are carnal, that you want to try your best to try to do something to the so-called Hebrew Israelite movement. Okay, well, it's not a movement; it's the awakening. The Lord is waking our people up to who we really are. Okay, end time prophecy of us, you know, waking up and, you know, returning to, reconciling and returning to YAHAWASHI. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, the ones to the elders, apostles, great millstone, above all, and shalom.